Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How about my line? Is it clear?
Yes, the voice is clear, but I don't see the video. Do you want to turn on the video?
Yes, yes, it's okay. So, how's my video? Is it on?
It's still loading.
Mm. So while it's still loading up, do you have something to tell me aside from your activity tomorrow?
Activity what? Excuse me?
Yeah,
For
your travel tomorrow. No,
uh
is it tomorrow or Saturday?
tomorrow I will go to the tomorrow morning.
Mm.
But actually I do not have any plan. We will start go by 9 a.m. 9 a.m.
Mhm.
by car by my car,
Mhm.
and I take a family, and I will pick up a family, and then we go first. Then the other five family will go the after.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Uh,
we it's the place is Hong Rem Island. I
Island.
can give you Hong Rem Island. Island.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uh,
Homeroom
it's
Island.
the yeah, it's the from pancake skate, pancake beach.
Mm.
Mm.
So how long will it take you to get there by car?
3 hours,
Mm-hmm. I see.
a, a little far.
Yeah, 3 hours for that island. It's still near. It is still near
Near?
to the city, yes. Here in the Philippines, the nearest beach, if we are in the city, it will take you 6 hours to get there.
Oh, 6 hours is
Mm.
long.
Yeah, and that's by car. And if you take bus to get there, it will take you 8 hours.
Oh,
Mm.
you can sleep in the bus.
Yes, 8 hours, imagine. You sleep, and then when you wake up, you're still there on your seat. Okay.
ah, my wife love this class, and she just joined to the VIP English class.
Mm-hmm.
But she study with another student, another teacher,
Oh, I see.
P-
Mm.
Philippine teacher also.
Oh, okay. That's very nice to hear. At least she has that interest to study English. Then you can practice together you and your daughter. Then, of course, your daughter will be really excellent in speaking English because both of you are speaking English. That's a good advantage, okay? That's an advantage of learning English. So when did she start?
9 a.m. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, in the morning. I see.
Uh,
Um,
the same day with me. The same.
so when did she start doing the
She's
class?
already start. She's already there from today.
Just from
Uh,
today. Okay, and
today in
how
the
is it?
first.
How is it?
She very better than me. She better than me. My wife can talk flexible, fluent, and
Fluently.
fluency, and she is studying at the business class.
I
Better
see.
than me because my wife can often talk to the client, the foreign client.
Mm.
Mm,
Okay, that's really.
She she talk very well.
Oh, okay, that's good to hear. At least she can improve more, okay, to the
Yes.
next level. Actually, your understanding, if I'm going to evaluate your level, most of the words that I use and ask, you're able to understand them. Okay,
uh,
so whatever I throw questions to you, you can understand it. And there are just some grammar lapses when you are making sentences, but you are able to correct it right away.
yeah.
The only challenge that I can see when teaching you is when you speaking some words like you tend to rattle with a word like excuse me, like that. So
Uh,
if you can stop only the pronunciation, if only that you can stop that kind of repeating words,
mm,
you will sound like good, really, really good, because your vocabulary is really um, satisfactorily. You can converse, right? And you
mm,
can understand some expressions that I am using. So you just have to work on your pronunciation. You don't need to
mm,
repeat. That's the technique, okay? You don't need to repeat a certain word like speak, like that. No. Speak.
uh,
If you cannot say it in a single word, you can pause and say speak. Do
uh,
you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah. So just work on your pronunciation and you will be gone to the next level. But your vocabulary is okay. Okay?
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah. So let's say when you are starting or you're initiating a conversation, and that's really a good one. You're the one who's asking me question, and then you're
Mm,
sharing your stories with me. That's really good. Okay? I really like that. However, with the pronunciation, maybe you're just formulating some words, so that's why there is a tendency for you to rattle. Okay, I'm gonna type it here.
mm,
Rattle with some words. Okay, rattle like how would I say it? Oh, excuse me. So you like that. So you have to avoid that. Okay, so instead of doing that, so think it over and then say, you can feel it with some feelers, okay? Some feelers in English. If you cannot say
some,
it right away.
some filler. What fillers mean?
When we
Ah,
say feelers,
f- feel is it mean feel, right?
some feelers in English, let's say expression like, um, okay, filling
No,
in,
no.
filling in some words. Okay, if you are going to fill in some words to avoid the
Okay.
rattleness, okay, when you are speaking. Okay, I'll give you example of fillers. All right, if I cannot say the word, okay, we use these fillers as expressions in English. Let's say I cannot think of a word immediately, okay,
Mm,
so what I'm going to say is um you
mm,
can say but only once,
mm,
not only okay, but you can
mm,
use it, let's say, well, before you
mm,
speak, before you share your
ah,
stories, you can say, well, so your mind is
well,
thinking, well, I
well,
think. Those are some
ah,
kind of
mm,
feelers that you may use. Well, example, I ask you question,
I think,
Steve, what do you think? What are you going to do after this class? And you cannot think right away. You can say,
uh,
let me see. I think. Then you
let me
start.
say,
Okay?
ah,
Let me
okay,
see. So these are what we call feelers. Okay? So you can
mm,
use those things just to fill in, just like feelers, just to fill in some words that you cannot think right away. Okay?
okay, thank you.
Ha-
My disadvantage is the link words, the link between the sentence, you know,
mhm. Yes.
however, additional,
Mhm.
between, beside. I cannot talk fastly with the links work.
But
You know.
you know that in your mind, right? You know that in your
Yes.
mind, but you cannot say it right away, correct?
Mm,
So to
mm,
avoid that, you can feel it with some expressions like, well, however, like that. You
yeah.
continue. So you think, you can say, sometimes if I forget some words in my mind, I usually use the expression, what you call it, or what do you call it? What do you call it? Okay? And I say it in a very, very fast way. Okay? What you call it? What you call it? Okay? What you call. But the whole words, the whole question says, how do you call it, or what do you call it? Okay? But in a very quick saying, you're gonna say this one. Can you say this? Okay. Here. So it means, what do you call it? That's the full
What do you
one.
call it?
But if you're going to say it in a very quick one, what you call it?
What call it?
Ag-
What shall I call it?
yes. Say it in a very fluent one. Example, I
What
forgot something. What you call it? What you call it? So what do you call it? So it's an expression that we use for feelers, especially if you
mm,
forget something. So what you call it is the pronunciation, okay, of
mm,
the what do you call it. In a very quick one, you can hear that some native speakers, they will say, example, they forget something, what you call it, they will say that.
oh I don't know.
So you have to
The first
remember.
I just we have to learn one by one
Okay.
for
Yes.
because what shall I call it?
Yeah, what you call it, what you
what
call
shall
it.
shall I call it?
Yeah, say it in a natural way, like what you call it.
It's a high level. It's a high level.
No,
I
you can
don't
do
think.
it. I know it's a high level, but you can do it. You just only practice. What you call it? What you call it? Practice it 5 times, then you can say it normally. What you call it? And you know
What
in
shall I
your, yes. Can you say it?
what shall I call it?
Yes.
What shall I call it? I can read it, but I don't remember after it 1 month or 2 months. What I scared I cannot remember the I mean, because for this one we have learned to the another many stands like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
It's all right. You can do it one by one. So let's
yeah,
say, you can use. Okay, whenever we have our discussion, I want to see these expressions as our feeders. Okay,
yeah.
so
Mm,
you can say, example, you forget suddenly. You forget the word. Oh, teacher, what you call it? It's an expression only. You're not asking me, okay? What you call it?
mm,
You just tend to forget it. Okay.
mm.
And another is, let me see. You're thinking. Let me see. Okay? So you can start
Okay.
with that and you can practice it. You can do it, though it's very a high level one. Actually, this one is for a very advanced one, but you can have that little by little. At least you
Yeah.
can understand it. And for some English movies, they sometimes use these expressions.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good. So it's really good to hear that your wife is studying English. So why don't you communicate just for 1 hour, okay, in English?
When my daughter can speak, I think I can let my daughter to learn this class because I had tried to talk with my daughter by English, but a little bit because I am not good for speaking English very well. And when I talk to my daughter by English, my daughter just smile.
Okay, you just remove, your thinking that you're not good at speaking English, okay? Just remove that. It will lose your confidence. We're building confidence whenever we speak English. So as long as you know what you're saying, just be
Mm.
confident, okay? So even if you are going to speak with your kid, with your daughter, you're better than your daughter. Your vocabulary is wider than her, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So that's why I'm encouraging you. You speak not only with your daughter, you speak with your wife. Just
Oh.
30 minutes, 10 minutes. If you can say it in English, instead of saying it in Vietnamese, say it in English, right? How do you call your wife? Do you have sweet words for your wife like cupcake, sweetheart, or honey? How do you call
Sweet,
her?
sweetheart,
Sweet,
sweetie,
sweetie,
sweetie.
sweetie. Okay, so you can just go on with a simple. At least you can practice it over.
Ah, I am teaching my daughter call me by Papa.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm.
Papa.
Papa. Okay, and is she able to say it, Papa?
A little bit. When she happy, she call me Papa.
Mm-hmm.
Another sit down.
Okay, just keep on teaching because for kids, they like to repeat a lot of things.
Mm.
Repetition is very important for them to remember.
Mm.
Okay, just like when learning English, repetition is important. That's why if you are going to look into the slides here, it's almost being repeated for each
Mm.
slide, right? Because for you to remember and at the same time to practice it in a natural way.
Mm.
All right? So
Mm.
the best one to correct your pronunciation too is to listen to English music and try to mimic their pronunciation.
Ah, I often let my daughter listen to music
Mm.
when she whistling the milk.
Yeah, I heard it. Last time I heard it that she's singing. I heard the background music for, nursery song, and that's really good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but how about you? Do you listen to music for you to practice your pronunciation?
No, I often listen to VOA.
What?
VOA. VO. You don't know this? You don't know this?
VOA?
You know? No, no. VOA.
VOY?
V-
Is
You
it
can.
Vietnamese?
No, it's in the English. Very famous English. You can just searching on the you can search on the YouTube.
Oh, okay.
VOA is the application for the teaching the English by English
I see.
of America.
Okay.
VOA stand by Voice of America.
Mm,
VOA stand.
okay. Nice. Maybe that's the reason why you get those information. You can easily understand those information or expressions for English. Okay. But is there a way for you to, because singing, okay, singing English songs is really important for pronunciation.
Oh,
Especially if you're going to listen to rap music.
that was it.
Yeah, like speaking very quick words in
Ah,
English.
for the music, it's difficult for learning because it's pronounce it up down down and link the word too fast.
Mm.
So that we actually I cannot recognize what is the word. What is the word? It means I can recognize that.
Mhm.
But when I hear the VOA, I see the slow one by one by one by one.
Mhm.
But in story, then I can understand the sense. That yes, I can try to guess the meaning of the word and understand the sense. Then you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah, I got it. But if you cannot practice the rap music, you can also go on with the classical music or the modernized music. So
Mm.
I know you like music. You told me last time that you like music.
Yes,
So
I love music.
better make it in a English one. Just try to memorize, and there are some expressions that you may use, like the song of Justin Bieber. Are
Yeah,
you
I know.
familiar with Justin Bieber? So
Yes,
he's using different expressions that you may use as a whole. Because when you are going to memorize expression, it should be a bunch of words, not only one word. Okay?
oh,
It should be a sentence like, a phrase like, so that you can remember how to use it properly. Because if you will be using, or if you are going to memorize one word and the
mm,
meaning, sometimes you forget how to use it properly. And each word in an English dictionary, it has a different meanings. Means to say you can use it in a different way. But if you are going to memorize a whole bunch of words, okay, whole sentence, whole question, now you can understand, this is how to use this English expression.
ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Let me
So
try this one.
you try. Not, yeah. The one is saying that in VOA,
BY.
BY.
Yeah.
Okay, it's really helpful, but of course, it's not more about stories. Sometimes when you are driving in your car, going to your office or see your clients, you can listen to English music so that you can get used to the accent, the intonation, the rising and falling intonation of some English words.
Yeah.
And you will not sound Vietnamese. You will sound American or British, whichever you like. Okay?
Yeah.
Mm. All right. So yes. Hello? Hello, Steve? Can you still hear me?
Oh, oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, because suddenly it cut our
Uh,
speaking.
I had a question that the English is the main language in Finland, right?
Yeah.
The main language. Do
Where?
you no English?
Yeah.
English is the main language in Philippines.
There are
Do
some
you have do
kids.
you have do you have the language of the Philippines like Vietnamese? Vietnam had the Vietnamese. Philippines had the Philippines, right?
Yeah, I got it. We have English here is our second language. Okay, but
Oh,
when we started it, when we were very young, that's the medium of language used here in our school. That's why most Filipinos have knowledge in English. They can speak English wherever you go. So whenever you talk to them, even they're in the street, they can understand English.
ah,
Especially for professionals like me, we can express freely our own opinion regarding English because we started from nursery. Even in our house, it's being spoken. But it's not our main language, not our first language. It is our second language. We have Filipino, okay?
ah,
Filipino language that's like Vietnamese, right?
yeah,
So Filipino language as our main language here. So
ah,
in the school, the medium of instruction, everything except for Filipino subject, all of them is in English. So
oh,
we are forced to understand English because if we don't do that, we cannot go on with our lesson because the medium is English,
oh,
which is
oh,
helpful,
oh.
right?
Very,
Because
very
in the
good, very good.
house, my parents, they knew Spanish. There are other languages that we know based on the country that colonized our country,
Mm.
like Japanese. We have a very little understanding about it, and Spanish, we have a little understanding about it because we learn it from our family. They teach us like that.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Very well. Very good. Very good in Philippine education.
Yeah, so just what I'm sharing to all my students, if especially you as a father, better start it when as long as your daughter is still young, better start it with that language. At least she has two languages learned. Okay,
Yeah,
English and Vietnamese.
I very want to. I want very much that my daughter can speak English when we child,
Mm.
when we child.
Yeah.
Then can learn very fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The children can learn very fast when we were a child.
Yes.
I have child. Yeah,
So, compared to you, when did you start learning English?
in high school
See?
when I grow up.
Yeah.
Because when I was child, my family is work poor. Yeah, don't have the money for learning English.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's all right. At least
it's okay.
you have the opportunity to learn it when you were in high school, and now since you're already know how to speak English as early as 1 year old for your daughter, she can learn it,
Yeah,
and you can assume
yeah,
that she will learn really quickly because their
yes,
brain is like a sponge, absorb everything whatever you teach them. So, but
mm,
sometimes they choose, like your daughter, you're teaching
yeah,
her to say papa, and sometimes she doesn't want to say that. Right, because she
yeah,
has the ability to choose only what she
yeah,
wants to listen and what
yeah,
she wants to learn, right?
yeah, yes,
But that's still good. Keep on talking, you and your wife, then, wow. So that's a good
yeah. I have.
improvement. You will see that. Okay?
Yes, yes, I will.
Great. So we will continue our lesson in Unit
Yes.
29. Okay?
It, what slide? What slide?
It's slide
10,
10. Yeah. Oh, 10 is the answer for slide 9, actually. So let's move to slide
11.
11. Okay, so all you have to do is to identify whether that is a complaint or a response. All right? So
Ah,
number 1 is already given to you.
the plan. There's were there's a problem with the air conditioning.
Mm-hmm. And that's
Number
number
number two,
yeah.
we will look into it right away.
Mm-hmm.
It's the response. It's responses.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Number three, I'm sorry. But there's nothing we can do at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
This is response. Number four, it doesn't work. Respond.
Mm-hmm. Number 4, are you sure?
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Number 4.
Now, number four, I think this is the answer. Somebody want ask a question and the question and the answer this doesn't work.
So if it is negative, it's complaint.
Negative comment.
Yeah. If you see negative sentence, it's already a complaint.
Mm. Well, number five, I'm really sorry about that. It's a it's a response.
Mm-hmm.
Number six, I have been here for over an hour. It's a complaint.
Yeah, it's complaint. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So here you're going to match complaints 1 to 4 with response A to D.
Number 12, slide
Number
12.
12. Yeah.
Mm. The artbox about this digital camera. Yes, last week. But there's problem with this. Number 1B.
B for boy or D for dog?
B. B. P. 1P. I'm sorry, but there's nothing we can do at the moment. There is a problem with the electricity, right?
Are you sure? Because this is only a digital camera.
Oh,
I bought this
ah,
digital camera last week, but there's a problem with it.
I see number B. It must speak number three is better. Number three, excuse me, the light in the room does work,
Yeah,
don't work.
yeah.
Let's see number B. For number one,
What's the answer for number one?
number number one is for D. Can can you leave it here?
Mm-hmm.
I'll look into it right away.
Mm-mm. Okay.
Mm. Number two, I had an appointment with Dr. Simpson at 3 p.m. But I have been here for over 1 hour. Two hours. Number one, number A. Two must be A.
Letter
I'm really
A.
sorry about that.
Yeah,
That
letter
I.
A. And number three
C,
is letter.
number B. Number B. Number
Number
two
three is letter B.
is letter B.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, number four with number letter C.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good job. Okay. Can you still see the answers? The answer key.
The answer key is number one. Number one letter D. Number two letter A.
Uh-huh.
Number three letter P. Number four letter C.
Yeah, the answer
Right?
keys are there actually.
Oh, I don't see that.
Really? Really? Really?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Ah,
So
let's try. Let's
yeah.
try. Let's see. Let's try. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, don't see any. Don't see answer.
Okay.
why? Why is let's answer here?
Okay. So uh, just for you not to check the answers right away, I suggest that you only press. Okay, there is a button on the right corner of the page. Okay, it says present. Okay, present. So for you to avoid looking into answers right away, because how would you know if you answer it using the answers there, because the answer key is there. So all you have to do is to press the present button, and it will be like a PowerPoint presentation. You cannot see the answers right away. Okay, you can use that so that you can check the answers, because this slide has answer keys. You
Yes.
cannot avoid it. So all you have to do is to press the present button. Okay? Anyway, I know that you can do it because it's very easy to answer. Okay?
Yes, it's
Now,
easy.
let's move to lesson 13, slide 13.
Slide
So
13.
you can press the present button on the right corner, upper right corner of your screen, so that it will be a full screen. Okay? So it says
Uh,
here you have to read phrases 1 to 3, and when do you use them?
yes. Number one, could you help me? Number two, I'm I'm afraid I have a complaint.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, excuse me, could I speak to the manager?
Mm-hmm. So when do we use the expression "Could you help me"? On what
When will you
situation?
when will you have would you have with somewhere when we have a problem or an issue, can somebody can help me.
Or
Mm?
should we say when we are asking or making a request?
Ah,
Okay.
asking
All right. So number 2 and 3, let's practice it. But Steve, is it okay if I'll just excuse something just for 1 minute? Okay. I just need to fix something. Okay. Just give me a
okay,
second. Okay.
okay, no problem.
All right.
đây là chị ăn cơm rồi mới đi. Nãy hỏi đây là chị ăn cơm mới đi là sao không hiểu.
Thôi đi xe nhà đi xe nhà.
Đang học không?
Bạn đang là 1 phút phải không?
Mình hỏi xe nhà đi, nhà buồn lắm, đi xe trong nhà cũng vui.
Hello, Steve. Okay, Steve. Hello. Okay.
Hello. I am I am feel tired today. Too
Oh, you did a
many
lot
work.
of work. Oh, it's okay. Almost time that you can take a rest.
I had tried to wake up early in the morning at 6 a.m.
Mhm.
So I try to speak and listen the English video.
Mhm.
What is for the lips? For the lips.
Okay.
I can study on the 30 minutes.
Ah, I see.
30 minutes so I go back to bed to sleep.
Maybe if you listen to English music, you're already sleeping.
Yes, very tired today.
Yeah. So in
Today I have to today I have tried to today.
okay, no problem. So after this, you can still have a quick nap, right? Okay. So but instead of saying very tired, why don't you use exhausted?
Ah, it's house.
Okay. Now I'll teach
Yeah,
you the correct tip how to pronounce this word exhausted. Okay. So it's
it's
X. Okay.
it's
Exhausted.
sounded it's sounded right.
It should sound like egg.
Egg,
Egg, not egg. Egg.
egg,
Exhaust. Okay.
egg,
Exhausted.
egg, egg sounded,
Exhausted.
sounded, egg sounded,
Egg.
egg,
So.
egg,
Exhausted.
egg sounded, egg, egg sounded,
Exhausted.
egg, ah, egg sounded, egg, egg sounded, egg
Zos.
sounds, egg
Exhausted.
sounds, egg sounded, egg, egg sounded,
So remember the sound of egg?
egg,
Egg.
egg,
Yes.
egg, egg,
Egg.
egg,
Exhausted. Exhausted.
egg, exalted, exalted,
Soz. Soz.
exalted,
Exhausted.
exalted,
Again.
ex, exalted,
No.
ex,
Exhausted. Egg.
exhaust,
Exhausted.
exalted,
Z. Soz. Soz. Like sauce.
exhaust,
Sauce.
ex, exhausted, exhausted, exhausted. This should go.
No, instead of saying very tired, you better say exhausted. Exhausted.
Exalted.
Yeah. Exhausted. You can also say exhausted. Okay?
Okay. Exalted.
Yes, like
Okay,
that.
let me practice more. Let me practice more.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
let
yeah.
better lesson.
Mm. Do
It's
you want to practice it with me so that I can correct it right away, or you want to practice it alone?
because it seems to I can fix the pronouns at here.
Mm.
I can practice more and I can try to talk to the next class. You know what I mean? The
Mm-hmm.
next time. Mm.
Okay. All right. So just a
For,
technique.
for one word I remember I have to practice that is Rabbit. You know
Mm.
rabbit.
Rabbit. Yeah. You correct.
Rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Okay.
Rabbit.
The exhausted is
Exhaust.
because
Exhausted.
there are some people they're always yet saying very tired. So instead of saying that, you better use other similar word like exhausted. Okay. So this is very useful. Okay. So
Yeah.
try to practice that. Exhausted. Exhausted.
Exhaust.
Yeah. Just
Exhaust.
remember egg. Exhausted. Egg. Sauce. Tid. So three
Exhausted.
syllables. Egg. Sauce. Tid.
Uh, exhausted.
Mm,
Exhausted.
great. Yay!
I I see the second pronoun. The second pronoun give me I can read, but the first one I can read. I can speak with the first, but for the second is better now. Yeah,
Okay.
here again.
Yeah.
Exhausted.
Yeah. Exhausted. Mhm.
Oh, yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
Good. Okay. So this one, there are some students they like the first one. Okay. So this is more on English, so they try to use that, and they are not familiar with the second pronunciation. Okay.
Ah,
So this is Shua pronunciation, the second one. So they are not familiar with it. So I use the other one, the other way around, for them to say it in a way that they can remember. Ig, suz, tid. Exhausted. Right? Egg
yeah.
sounds like egg, like sauce, and then tid. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so let's continue. So, as
Yes.
you said, as we talk about could you help me, you will use that expression. Okay, you start your sentence with this. You will use the expression could you help me for,
Yeah.
okay?
As asking or making a request.
Yes, okay, that's how you start your sentence, all right? So, here, let's move to number 2.
Number two, I am afraid I have a complaint. Uh, when we have a problem, problem,
Problem?
problem with the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
So to complain.
So you start your sentence with the you will use the expression I'm afraid I have a complaint. What's the next?
Uh, excuse me. When I have
You
a
start
complaint.
yeah, okay, but how would you explain it? How would you explain or when do you use the expression I'm afraid I have a complaint? How do you use it? So you will say
I
start
will.
your sentence. Start your sentence with you will use the expression.
Uh, I will. I will. I will use the present. I'm afraid I have a complaint when
Mhm.
uh, when I have a trouble with one thing one person.
I didn't get the one that you mentioned. Problem?
Issue better.
Problem?
Uh,
Okay, so I'm afraid I have a complaint. You will use that expression if you have a complaint. Okay?
ah, yes.
Expression. So I want to hear from you the complete sentence. Okay? You will use the expression I'm afraid I have a complaint when you want to complain or if you when you want to complain.
Okay.
When you have complaints
When
or
I will.
problems, okay? please repeat your
Okay.
answer.
I will use the expression I am afraid I have a complaint when I have a complaint or a problem.
Yes. Okay, let's have number three. When do you use it?
When I use the expression excuse me, could I speak to the manager when I have a request with the high level, right?
When I'm requesting
Requesting with the high level.
the high level position. Okay? So, better say, excuse me. Okay? I just put dot dot dot. It means that's the whole bunch of the sentence. Okay? Okay, I'll just type it in to make it clear. Could I speak to the manager?
Mm.
Okay?
Could I
So,
speak to the manager?
it means that when you here, I use the expression, excuse me, could I speak to the manager when you experience inconvenience from any
Yeah.
services that has given to you.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
Inconvenience. Mm-hmm. All right, so there you go. Do you have any question before we move to the next slide?
No.
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 Clear?
No.
Everything is
Yes.
clear? Okay. So you can use these expressions when you have problems or complaints. These expressions are used to say your complaints politely. Okay, this is the
Mm.
proper way to say your complaints or problems or requests politely. Okay?
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Get it.
Next, there are words missing from conversation 1 to 3. We are now in slide 14. And you have to complete the conversations with the words in the box. Could, into, doesn't, speak, ago, afraid, and problem. These are the words that you're going to use to fill in the missing word in conversation 1 up to conversation, I think conversation
One
2.
goes wrong.
Yeah, up to 3. There are 3 conversations here. Okay, so
Yeah.
for conversation 1, you may use these words to fill in the missing words. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's have
For the conversation.
conversation 1.
One. Hey, excuse me. Could I speak to the manager? Speak. Yes. The
Very good.
number B.
Letter B.
Yes. One moment, please. Yes. One moment, please. Yeah. Let's finish.
Mm.
Oh. Oh. Number A.
Letter A.
There's there I there's a weak there's a weak there a problem there's a problem with my TV in my room. It doesn't work.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
C. Okay. I'll send someone. I'll send someone up to have a look at it. That's all.
Mm.
No fear anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
So, practice pronouncing the word excuse.
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 Ex, excuse.
Excuse.
Excuse. Ex,
Yes.
ex. It's okay.
Excuse. Yes.
Excuse.
Yeah. Okay, and this one. Can you please repeat this word example?
Example.
It should be like
Ex,
exhausted. Example.
ex, example.
Gis
Ex, ex,
ig.
Example.
Mhm. Example,
E,
excuse, exhausted.
it's how kills. Example. Exhausted.
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 Okay. All right. So these should be pronounced properly. All right. So I put the pronunciation there. Example, excuse, exhausted.
Example. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's move to slide 18. Okay. Sorry. I think slide. Let's move to conversation 2. It's lesson or slide 15. Okay.
15. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, for a conversation tree, true.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I. Uh, I. Ah. I don't order room service over 1 hours ago. Can you look at please? Yes, of course. Thank you.
So, what is
Full
the
full ago. I excuse me. I ordered room service over an hours
an hours?
ago.
Excuse me, I ordered room service. How would
Oh,
you use the missing word?
I
So, excuse me, I ordered room service over an hour ago. So, what's the missing word for it?
ago.
Can you look? Missing. There's missing there. Can you look it? Is that the right word? Or what's the missing? Can you?
Can you look at? Can you read that's not missing word.
There is. There is. And you may choose it from here. Can you look it? Can you look it? No, it's incomplete. Can you look into
Ah,
it?
Can you look into it? Ah, okay, okay.
All right.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. So let's have 16.
System A. Could you help me?
Mm-hmm.
Could Could you help me? I'm I'm afraid I have a complaint.
Mm-hmm.
What's the problem? This soup this soup is cold. I'm sorry, sir. I'll take it back to the kitchen.
Okay, great. You did it correctly. Okay, so just very confusing, but you did it correctly. All right.
Mm.
So have you ever experienced to receive a cold soup in the restaurant?
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Have you ever receive a cold soup
Uh,
in the restaurant?
yes, yeah, I have. And
Mm-hmm.
I just talked to the waitress,
Mm-hmm.
and they put it back to the kitchen for make it hot. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's
because
all.
sometimes they're giving a ready to sip soup, right? But if you are talking and very busy talking with your, with someone, with other the rest of your friends, it will make it cold.
Yeah.
Okay, next. So you read the sentences 1 to 6 about the Noparlo School of English. Which problems are the most annoying here? Okay. Slide 17 is only the answer key.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's move to slide
Him.
18. Yes. And tell me if it is which is the most annoying. Okay, let's have number 1. Please read the sentence.
Number one, lesson I did like that I did like because the teacher is always like,
What do you think about it? Is it annoying for you?
yes, this is, I think the teacher is not professional.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking. Okay. If it is always late, it is unprofessional, but sometimes the teacher has a
Yes, it's
reason
not.
for being late. Okay, let's have number
The
two.
equipment on the self-access central is faulty.
This is center, self access center.
Center, center is faulty. Uh, I think this school is poor.
Mm-hmm.
Is poor. Cannot enough money for new equipment.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cannot have enough money. Say instead of saying cannot have enough money, cannot
I think
afford
cannot, yeah, cannot afford.
to buy new
Okay.
equipment.
Yeah.
Okay, next let's have number three.
Number three, the classrooms are full of litter. Oh, this school need 30.
Yeah, but what do you think? Is it annoying that your classroom is full of litter? All of the classrooms are full of litter. Is that
if
annoying?
if if I have a student, I will I will not uh, I will not go into the class if the full of litter.
Yeah, so what should be done if the classroom are full of litter?
Uh, have to go to service to clean the litter first, then we go to the class for study.
Mm-hmm. Okay, are you familiar with the word janitor?
What can you type?
Janitor.
Senator? No, I don't familiar with.
Okay, janitor in a company is what we call the maintenance servicemen, wherein they maintain the cleanliness in the school or in the
Ah,
company. That's the position.
ah.
Okay. So using the janitor, how can we? What should be done for the classroom or full of litter? Should we hire janitor? Okay, or assign students to clean their rooms?
Uh, I think senator is the uh, bodyguard in the school when somebody checking on a gate, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
protect the gate.
No, no, it's a guard.
It's,
Guard is the one who protects the gate. Okay, janitor
ah
is the one who maintains cleanliness in the school.
ah ah. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Get it.
Okay, so let's continue this on Tuesday. Okay, so I hope that
Yes.
you will have an enjoyable weekend, you and your wife's family. All right?
Thank you. I will give you some picture,
Yes,
and
I'm looking
and
forward
I
to it.
and I will tell you some story on the Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay, great. So see you then
Bye.
Tuesday. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.